Hi, I'm Brandon, and today I'm taking a look at Eric Thornton. This is my second look at him, but he's a very interesting character, so let's go. We'll take a look at his wiki page. It says Eric Thornton was a predator involved in the Fort Myers, Florida edition of To Catch a Predator. Thornton is one of the most infamous predators featured on the show, namely due to his admission of having a problem talking to girls online, his strange appearance, his odd way of speaking, the obscene amount of alcohol he brought to the house. I don't know if he'd call it obscene, but he brought a lot. His many hilarious quotes from his chat log and interview, and his bizarre cat obsession on TikTok after the sting. I'm not aware of the TikTok channel, but apparently he likes cats. Him and Marvin Lacan can start a show together. I guess they have similar interests. Thornton was born in Boynton Beach, Florida on April 16th, 1979. He had a sister and brother and grew up in Boca Raton, Florida, where he attended school. Growing up, he liked fishing with his grandfather, baseball, and soccer. At a young age, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and a learning disorder. I wonder where they get all this information from. It's on the wiki page, so I'm assuming it's probably true, but I mean, who knows where they get it. Thornton graduated from Boca Raton High School in 1998. He originally wanted to join the Navy, but could not because of the disabilities mentioned. Thornton continued his education at Palm Beach Community College for the next couple years, earning an associate's degree in business in 2001. He then went to the University of Central Florida for the next 2 years and earned a Bachelor of Science, Hospitality Administration and Management. He then worked as a night auditor from 2003 to 2006 at Walgreens as a hospitality manager from 2004 to 2005 in Florida. And finally, during the sting in 2006, Thornton worked for a food catering company. He lived in Jupiter, Florida. All right, so now that we know his origin story, let's see what happens when he starts going online. It says, Eric Thornton, then 26 years old, initiated a chat with a person that he believed to be underage named Liz, who was actually a perverted justice decoy. From the start, Thornton expressed his attraction to the decoy's photos. He suggested video chatting and reassured the decoy that he would not behave inappropriately. If someone has to say they're not going to behave inappropriately, it probably means they're going to behave inappropriately. After a few days, though, Thornton revealed his desire to show something personal under his pants. And he said a bunch of other inappropriate things. He offered to drive over 4 hours to meet her and requested permission to spend the night. He then sent graphic pictures of his body parts and expressed exactly what he wanted to do to her. On the following day, he inquired if she wanted to watch him performing a certain act on video chat. I think we know what that is. And he just said a whole bunch of other very graphic things. He kept, we'll say, performing for her on the video chat, and he was like obsessed with his own fluids. Very disgusting. He then acknowledged that he was, quote, talking all perverted and called himself stupid. So he obviously knew what he was doing. The two continued to chat for a while longer, arranged a meeting, and then ended the conversation. So let's head over to the Sting house and see what happens when Eric Thornton shows up.
He's pulling in the driveway. Go out and throw a little...
Like how they have the one wheelbarrow in the middle of the driveway here, just to block it so the guys can't drive all the way up, because then I guess I guess they will, obviously at some point they'll have to tow their vehicles, but they have so many predators coming, it would take a while. If a predator came by and saw another car in the driveway or saw a car being towed, you would think something's up, whereas if they park on the street, it probably wouldn't be so alarming.
Wave at him.
Of course, this guy just pulls in anyway.
27-year-old.
Yeah, why didn't they put the wheelbarrow right by the edge?
Eric Thornton, screen name Balin 79. He drove 4 hours thinking he was going to meet a girl who told him.
So yeah, 4 hours, that's among the higher, it's not the highest, but it's among the higher drives. Like, that is a ridiculous amount of time to drive just to meet someone like this, especially for the guys that claim that they weren't going to do anything. They were just coming to say hi.
Him online, she was 14.
What is going on? There's he's got this orange, and then he's got like a white shirt underneath. He's got like two short sleeve shirts on, and he's got his shorts here. But what's that black? Is that like is that just it's hard to tell with the poor quality, but is that like his underwear sticking out from his shorts? It's just like he's got way too many clothes on.
At one point during the chat, he gets on his webcam and and types, "Did you see it?" The decoy says,
Yeah, this guy was just so annoying with everything, just describing it.
"Not really, too dark," and he types back,
What did he call? He called it "Watch His Glory" or something like that. Like, good lord.
"Shoot," and then brags about what he had just done.
Yo, Liz.
Now,
I think he called it "a load of glory" or something.
he's in our house.
Hey, come on in.
Why? I don't get why Dell has to be there with her. Like, if the predator saw both of them standing there, it would be very alarming. So what's the point of having Emily here at all? Why can't Dell just do it herself? Or send Emily out? Just walk out there, yell, and then come back. It's not like she's in danger. Then Dell has to just be standing there manhandling Emily.
All right.
I made some chocolate chip cookies and I left them on the table. Just take
Those are like earbuds just dangling from his shirt.
a seat. I'll be right there.
That's fine. No problem.
This guy's just super chill. That's fine, no problem.
Yeah,
At the very least, he gets cookies out of it.
they're good.
You like them? I made them all by myself. I can't wait to see you.
I know.
I know. What a goof. Like, was he wearing a hat? It looks like something's wrong, like his hair's like matted down. I brought it up in my last commentary on this guy, but he reminds me of Mr. Peepers from Saturday Night Live. You can Google that if you're not sure what it is.
Online, he said he'd bring alcohol and condoms, so the actress asks him about it.
What kind of alcohol did you bring?
I brought Absolute Citron. I brought Mandarin Orange. I brought a shot of Jägermeister.
What's the point of bringing one shot when there's two of you? Was it just, did she specifically request Jägermeister, so he brought one shot? Or he just likes it, so he brought it for himself? Or they're just going to, like, drink half the shot each? Seems like if you're going to do a shot with someone, you would bring two of them so that you could at least do one. It's kind of weird.
I got Bush.
Wow.
And,
Yeah.
I don't know. I could get some more if I need to.
I think that's plenty, Eric. I think that's plenty. This is a young girl. She probably can't handle her alcohol. He's just sitting there shoving cookies in his mouth without a care in the world. That's all about to change.
Did you bring condoms?
Food.
Don't talk with your mouth full. Like, this guy seemed like, if it wasn't for him being a predator and saying all the disgusting stuff, he doesn't seem like a particularly malicious guy. Like, he seems like he's probably just the goofy guy at your work that's, he'd probably be annoying to live with if you had to put up with him a lot. But if you just saw him at work or knew him casually, like, he's probably a pretty fun guy. But he just has a very, very dark side, and obviously we can't allow people to be doing the kind of stuff he was doing, and we know what he's obsessed with, like, just doing that kind of stuff on video for, like, an underage girl. That is fucking horrible. So it doesn't matter how fun-loving, goofy he is, and he was trying to always be a cool guy, and he was calling her, like, Chiquita and other stuff. Like, he was just trying to sound like a cooler, hip kind of guy, but we know his true nature.
Well, with all that, it sounds like you've got a pretty big night planned, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
Different kinds of vodka. Brought some beer. And what else?
The shot of Jägermeister.
That's it.
That's it.
No, it's not.
Condoms.
Look at how wide his eyes are when he nods there.
And what else?
That's it.
That's it. Condoms. So what was your plan here tonight?
My plan? Just to hang out.
To hang out.
I would say that drinking alcohol was somewhere in that plan. He was not just hanging out. And even if we didn't know his sexual intent or even think that might be his intent, just the fact that he's coming over here, meeting someone of this age and bringing a huge amount of alcohol, who the hell wants some 26-year-old douche coming to their house and plying their child with liquor? Like that, you're not allowed to do that. That is absolutely horrible. And then when we find out his obsession with his own bodily fluids and performing in front of on video for the minor and everything he wanted to do, and the fact that he wanted to spend the night, there is no way he just came to hang out.
And you thought it was okay?
And he's just like nodding, kind of like, just drive that point home. If I just say maybe he'll be more likely to believe me.
My plan? Just to hang out.
To hang out. And you thought it was okay as a 27-year-old to come here
27-year-old.
and meet a with alcohol and condoms.
No, not at all.
Then why did you do it?
Because I just thought it was like a good idea.
You just thought it was a good idea. Let's see that again.
Condoms.
No, not at all.
Then why did you do it?
Because I just thought it was like a good idea.
Sorry, just want to see that whole thing again.
My plan? Just to hang out.
To hang out. And you thought it was okay as a 27-year-old to come here and meet a 14-year-old with alcohol and condoms?
No, not at all.
Then why did you do it?
Because I just thought it was like a good idea.
Yeah, that is absolutely brilliant, flawless logic there, Eric. You were asked, so you thought it was okay to come over here and meet this young girl. He says no, and then Chris says, so why'd you do it? And he says, because I thought it was okay. You just contradicted yourself in the span of about 3 seconds.
A good idea. Turns out he says this isn't the first time he's gone after underage teens.
How often do you meet underage girls online and set up a visit?
Not that much.
Ball
Not that much. So some.
park it for me.
Yeah, Chris, yeah, just give us an idea. Are we talking like 10, 100, 500, 1,000? Like, what were you talking here?
Probably 10, 15.
10, 15.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's extremely bad. There's very few guys, you probably count on one hand the number of guys who just flat out admit to doing this before, like actually meeting. Most of them have been chatting, but actually traveling to meet is a next step. It's an escalation. So there's very few guys, they all claim I'd never done this before. There's very few that claim I have done this before and done it 10 to 15 times.
Have you met them in person? And what did you do when you met them in person?
Well, actually, I didn't really meet him.
He keeps changing his story.
So Chris is like, did you meet them in person? Uh-huh. So what did you do? Well, I didn't really meet them in person. He just like changes his story from like 1 minute to the next, 1 second to the next.
Have you met them in person? And what did you do when you met them in person?
Well, actually, I didn't really meet him.
He keeps changing his story.
I met them in person, but I didn't meet them. What does that mean?
Finally, he admits he has a problem when it...
Unless he's just that stupid, maybe he has chatted 10 to 15 underage girls. He just chatted to them, but never actually traveled to meet them. But then Chris asked, and you went to meet them in person, and he said, uh-huh. Like, he's either just so stupid that he doesn't understand what he's saying, or he's lying.
Comes to chatting with underage girls online.
With them. I've went to counseling many times.
So based upon the fact that you're here to meet a...
And that's interesting that he went to counseling. I wonder, was that he knew he had a problem, so he sought out help himself? My guess would be no. My guess would be the kind of person, especially just a young idiot like this, a dumb guy who just likes drinking and doing this kind of stuff. I don't think he would just have the ability to self-analyze enough to be like, you know what, I have a problem, I need help. I think it was probably his parents or someone else, or maybe even the legal system that forced him to get help. And clearly it didn't work. I don't think therapy really works. It might work in some cases or like in tandem with other sorts of punishment. Likely prison, I think, is the only thing that will stop most of these guys. But I just don't think going to counseling is going to help if you're not willing to stop doing this. So obviously this guy's a danger, and yeah.
15-year-old, that counseling isn't working out too well, is it?
I don't know.
It's possible that the counseling isn't working because he says he stopped going about 5 months ago.
Did you plan on spending the night?
Yes, I wanted to spend the night, but I didn't want to do anything too graphic until I actually met that person.
What? You were going to spend the night, but you didn't want to do anything too graphic until you met the person? Well, if you're spending the night with them, you probably would have met them by that point.
Did you plan on spending the night?
Yes, I wanted to spend the night, but I didn't want to do anything too graphic until I actually met that person.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. If you're spending the night, you would have met them. And what he's saying is he wouldn't have done anything too graphic with them until he met them. So the second he met the girl, which is right now, if this girl was real, he would have done things that are too graphic. But he's also admitting to doing things that weren't too graphic. I mentioned this in my last or one of my last commentaries that these guys say, maybe I would have done kissing. That's all I would have done. You know, James Rutherford said that, Thomas Shin. Like, somehow that's okay. So, like, obviously, if he's admitting to, like, just doing a little bit of stuff or waiting a little bit to do more stuff, like, he's obviously gonna do what we know he's gonna do. How does he think this is a defense? I'm gonna wait till I meet with them before I do anything. Well, you're here right now, Eric, so clearly you're gonna meet with them.
Well, what do you think should happen to you, Eric?
Just go home and learn from this.
But he's not going to get...
You thought you were going to get away with this? What would you learn? All he would learn is that chatting to a minor and going to meet them, it might be a sting. So you have to be extra careful. And even the guys that realize it's a sting, a lot of them do this again anyway and just get busted in another sting. Like, they're just so stupid. If counseling isn't helping him, if he's aware that he has a problem, what's he going to learn from this?
Off that easy. It's time to tell him who I am.
I'm Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC, and
He doesn't run when he sees the cameras. Instead, he decides to give any potential predator this advice.
Just whatever you do, do not get into underage people at all.
What's he looking at? It looks like he's reading that off of a cue card or something. Let's watch that again.
Do not get into underage people at all.
I mean, good advice, I guess, but do you think that we don't already know that? Most normal people know that already. And the people that do not understand that or know it's a problem and do it anyway, they're not the ones that should be given advice on not to do it.
I feel regretful. I feel horrible that I did this.
No, you feel horrible that your entire night is now blown and you're not going to get to do all the stuff you wanted to do.
But that heartfelt speech, those words of wisdom, won't help him this
Is
time
it really that much wisdom?
around.
Police, get down on the ground! Down on the ground!
See, I brought this up in my my last commentary, and I think someone in the comments actually argued with me. But I think he dove out of the way so that he could hit the grass rather than the pavement. Because if he looks, he sees the cops coming. Most people just wait, what's going on? They put their hands up. He just dove onto the grass. So I think he just had enough forethought to pull that
Round.
Police, get down on the ground! Down on the ground!
Like all the other men you've seen, he's patted down, photographed, and his car is searched.
Oh, just want to see that stuff he's got there.
And his car is searched.
Why is that shot so quick? Hey.
And his car is...
So that's the... Did he say a shot of Jägermeister? It looks like more than a shot. Unless I'm not familiar with the terminology down there in Florida, but...
Searched.
You see some beer that Ezra found in his left front pocket.
And off to jail. Most of the men
Off to jail, Eric.
who came to our undercover house were chatting online with decoys for a week or more.
All right, well, that's it for the confrontation. Let's head back over to the wiki page and find out what happened to Eric afterwards. After his arrest, Thornton was charged with a felony count, and he was quickly fired from his job as a catering person. So he was not only fired, he was quickly fired. On May 8th, 2007, Thornton pled guilty to the charge he was facing, and he was sentenced to 21 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and was required to register as an offender for the rest of his life. Thornton, in 2009, worked as a lawn supervisor, and his probation finished in 2011. In 2012, Thornton attempted to make his own HVAC company, but it failed, as it only lasted a year. In November of 2019, as seen in a video made by 60 Minutes Australia, in the background of a trailer park entirely populated by PDFs and offenders, where he lived at the time. However, he would no longer reside in this park. He would move to Pahokee, Florida the following year in 2020. That's weird. I actually think I watched that video. 2023 update. Chris Hansen in late 2023 tried reaching out to Thornton for a Predators I've Caught podcast. According to Hansen, Thornton still worked as a lawn supervisor. Hansen also stated he thought he pronounced Eric's screen name incorrectly, as it was more likely pronounced balling. Oh yeah, he said bailing. Joey and the Skip Tracer ran an investigation and discovered that Thornton had a TikTok account where he posted about his many adopted cats and offered himself as a boyfriend to single women for a large fee of $7,000 or more. Okay, who the hell would want to date Eric Thornton for free, let alone for $7,000? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, but is he just so hot that women are forking over cash to date him? I don't know. He listed all of his pros and none of his cons, such as, in his lawyer's words, being a brittle diabetic with a learning disability. That's what his own lawyer said about him. His account was removed after members of the TCAP community began flagging his account and reporting it to TikTok, given that a convicted offender being on a social media site mainly used by children came across as extremely alarming. Eric is not known to have contacted any girls while using the app. Eric Thornton, in July of 2024, got into a significant car accident where he passed away at the age of 45. Thornton was driving southbound on State Road 715 in Florida, where his car ventured into the other lane for unknown reasons. A 27-year-old driver could not stop his vehicle as Thornton's car entered the other lane and collided with Thornton. Thornton died instantly at the scene, and his sister confirmed his death. Thornton died almost exactly 1 month after another predator, Michael Warwicker. So thus ends the story of Eric Thornton. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.